1 in 10 to power of 24 planets as per Hubble telescope. 1 in 10 to the power 48 planets as per James Webb telescope, launched few years back, is our planet Earth. But due to our anti-nature lifestyles and the rise of global temperature, this beautiful planet is likely to be rendered lifeless like Mars very soon. Because if the temperature of planet continues to rise in this fashion, then just 7 to 8 years from now, scientists believe that the environmental decline would have been rendered unstoppable and irreparable. So for the sake of yourself and your child, adopt pro-nature lifestyles, minimize anti-nature ones, and also on one hand minimize the emission of greenhouse gases by switching off unnecessarily switched on lights, fans, ACs. Minimize the usage of ACs, and whenever you use it, then use them at 25 degrees instead of 16. All these means will entail some physical hardship, but for your sake of your child, you can surely do this if you truly love them. Similarly, adopt chartered buses for going to markets, offices, where we often go and leave at almost same time. Employment of chartered buses might entail some physical hardship, but that will be too less if you truly love your child. On the other hand, let's ensure that no tree is cut down by us for our sake, because we often cut down trees for sake of our speed for widening roads. Let's widen roads only when it is really necessary, because we don't have any right to cut down the trees which shall cause lesser production of oxygen and have a great adverse effect on arresting climate change. So for sake of our selfish interests, let's not create hardship for our children. Similarly, let's stop uprootment of forests for sake of production of electricity, and instead rely upon other means for generation of electricity. And also, as suggested, reduce the emission of carbon dioxide gases by minimizing the wastage of electricity, and also by cutting down on the consumption of electricity. The political parties, electronic print media, the spiritual religious gurus are all silent on the issue. And while on the other hand, the world is being dragged into war. There is always war, talks of war all around. All this should stop if we truly love our children. So on one hand, adopt pro-nature lifestyles to the extent reasonably possible, and on the other, think, plan, work towards a world free of wars. Remember, since politicians are silent on the issue of saving environment, since electronic print media do not speak much, spiritual religious gurus do not discuss the issue, so it is entirely upon us to save life on earth. So rise, speak out, add meaning to your lives, join hands to save life on earth, else this beautiful planet too shall be soon rendered like Mars. The beautiful view is being caught in monsoon season as the train rushes towards Chennai. Join hands to save environment. Our email ID is savemothersassociation@gmail.com. We shall always wait for your suggestions. And we must also ensure that the efforts put in by God or nature for sustenance of life does not go waste. He created so many self-sustaining life cycles: water cycle, hydrogen cycle, nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle. He made our body a complex machinery with so many systems: digestive system, respiratory system, skeletal system, muscular system, respiratory system, so that life may sustain. He even came down in this planet Earth to show how to live. He sent prophets. He made so many efforts for sustaining life, but we destroy them all by our anti-nature living ways on one hand, and by creating conditions for war. So join hands to save life on earth. Our email ID is savemothassociation@gmail.com, SAVEMOTHER@gmail.com. And remember that this saving life on earth is the true service of God, irrespective of the name and mode by which you worship Him. Because if you do not act to save life on earth, then it is not true service of God. All prayers, fasts, pilgrimages are incomplete unless you contribute individually by adopting pro-nature lifestyles, by awakening the society and other means to save life on earth. So let's try it out. Let's do it. Remember, it is entirely upon us. And though it may seem difficult, but we can't afford to give up, because if we give up, then there shall be no hope left for the little ones in our homes and the generations yet to be born. So we have to try with our full efforts. As Lord Shri Krishna said, that our karma is in our hands. So join, and not to worry about the fruits. So let's try our very best and remain always positive. Spread awareness about the urgency to save life on earth. And send your suggestions at our email ID. And it is appeal especially for the youth and children, because they are to be here for a longer time. It is an appeal for the parents as well, who truly love their children and want them to remain smiling all the time. It is an appeal for true lovers of God, because if they remain mute spectators to the killing of earth, or they by their anti-nature lifestyles kill the earth themselves, then as I stated, that their worship prayers are incomplete, if not meaningless. So let's try our very best. We shall surely succeed in saving life on earth, because for this divine purpose even God shall guide us. And remember that since only 6 to 7 years remain for tipping points of climate change are reached, let's act fast. Stage 1 would be acquiring more knowledge about tipping points of climate change from different sources. Stage 2, awakening the people. Stage 3, finding out people and connecting them all through social media. And simultaneously minimize, visualize, microscopically examining our lifestyles from the time we wake up to the time we sleep. And minimize whatever anti-nature we find in them. Send your suggestions to our email ID. Let's work together. And remember, nothing is impossible. And the word impossible is found in the dictionary of fools, and we cannot give up. We have to try our very best so that life on this beautiful planet continues to go on forever and ever and ever. And also remember that our generation has great responsibility like no other generation earlier, because it is only the question as to whether we will wake up, shrug out of inertia, our inertia, and act or not, which shall determine the fate of our children, coming generations yet to be born, and other forms of life we created. So let's do it. Let's join the service of God. Let's try our very best to ensure that this beautiful planet continues to live in this manner. meaning to your life. Just send this video as far as you can and make still better videos to awaken the society, because each day is of very critical importance to save life on earth, because we are very fast running out of time. And discuss about the war-free world in your clubs, schools, colleges, universities, courts, bar associations, because most of the discussions presently center around latest technology, missile technology, bunker buster bombs, and other war strategies. But let's discuss about the war-free world also. Safe environment, minimize anti-nature lifestyles.